Ooh, a lizard.
Okay, wait, we gotta...
Oh, I forgot about you.
Oh, it's falling. It's very tall for me. Okay.
Grit.
No, but
Think.
look at the front.
Dig. Dig.
You need help.
Hello, Bailey. You're looking a little sleepy there. Okay, good night.
Alright, hello!
Hello.
In this video, we're going to be working on getting our ceiling up, hopefully our walls, and then also our vinyl flooring. So, lots of big projects coming up. Yeah, we just discovered a new lumber yard.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. There's a bunch of like specialty tools, wood. Pretty excited about it. So I picked up a new toy too.
Yeah.
You'll probably see that later in this video.
Yeah, kind of wish we did all of our shopping there, or at least all the wood shopping there, but we got some nice plywood, so we'll be getting that up on our ceiling soon. So,
Time to
go.
crunch. Liana gave me a shout. She said, "Hey dude, I think I got it good enough."
Good enough.
Yeah, that does look pretty good.
Yeah.
Alright, so since we got the template all good, we're gonna trace it onto our piece of plywood. Ooh, a lizard.
Okay, wait, we gotta...
Oh, I forgot about you.
Oh, it's falling. It's very tall for me. Okay.
Grit.
No, but
Think.
look at the front.
Dig. Dig.
You need help. Alright, so we're test fitting our piece. We're able to get both sides up to the front with the foam blobs.
It's a slight taper.
Yeah.
So it's like this piece of wood's about 5 feet, but then like in the front you taper it maybe like a ½ inch or so.
Yeah, I was getting caught in the front here, so he had to kind of keep trying to take a little bit more off each time, but we have a good piece now. We're gonna have to go and sand, prime, paint everything, and also figure out where our lights are gonna go, so good test fit for now.
We got our first piece test fit. Oop, it's all good. We're gonna start dealing with the second piece, which means we need to get these wires figured out in a more permanent fashion. So luckily I saved some of these like zip tie pin things. Here, let me get you a better angle. So these just came out of like, specifically the clips came out of like various holes, like maybe for this big cable here, or any of the stuff that I was doing down there during the pre-wiring. But I basically just clipped off the zip tie and then shoved my own in there. So now I can use this pin to put in some of these holes, like so. And I can route my wires up through there and out of the way for our next piece of plywood ceiling piece. Cool beans. Little status update. Supervisor is watching very closely from a different angle. Liana is still sanding. How's it going?
It's good, smooth.
Like a Bailey's bottom. Alright, well since we're dealing with the ceiling now, we gotta figure out where our lights are exactly gonna go. So here's our plan so far. Each of our LED puck lights are marked with a blue tape. That's their location on the ceiling. So we have 4 running down the center. And then 1 in the shower, because we don't really like showering in the dark. But these are spaced pretty evenly. I think from our math, we said that around 22 inches spacing is pretty good. That allows us to go to this very front. Here's our door. This is more or less centered with the door so we can have light when we walk in. And then all of them just go down without hitting the beams. So that's one thing that you have to consider is where your beams are, because you don't want to try to install a light where there's no space behind it to do so. So I got to take this circuit, or this cable wrap here. This is our 14 gauge duplex wire, and I'm basically going to create each branch for each light. I think that our shower will probably just piggyback off of something, but for the most part each of these center lights will have its own wire going to it that'll branch, are all connected in parallel to that main circuit line.
Alright, good morning. So we're getting started this weekend. Last weekend we got these pieces cut out and sanded, and we're gonna start working on priming them today. And goal is this weekend to have our ceiling up, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think we're pretty close. All the hard pieces are already fit and just need to be painted, and then we just screw them in. So I don't know, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll get it done. All right, let's do it.
Ready, baby?
Let's do it. We got walls and ceilings, little tray and roller, since we're painting our walls and ceilings soon. And then we're going in with this primer. I think it's the same one we used on the floor in the van. So it should be good.
Nice view.
Yeah, we're very lucky to stay here.
I was talking about you.
Oh.
Psych!
Hey! Why are you like
Some low tolerance freaking thing. Oh! Just pinch myself. Ooh. Luscious. Dude! Liana took initiative to paint not only the ceiling, but the camera too.
It gets a little crazy on the edges. You're too close.
We got the board up on the centipede, and we're going to be drilling out our lights. So our lights are just little puck LED lights. There's instructions to install them, but basically we have to drill out a 2.5-inch hole into our ceiling boards. So we've already marked out where we want them to go. This piece has 2 lights, 3 lights. So I'm going to drill a little pilot hole, and then I'm going to go at it with the hole saw. So we're drilling against our nice side. And that way, like when the hole saw or the drill bit goes through, it doesn't splinter the exit side, or this side. It's been a long day. I meant to do that.
Oh boy.
But we're through.
We have our ceiling kind of held in place with this clamp. Aaron put it, it's not long enough, so Aaron put it on this step stool. That's helping us hold it up. And we pulled our wires through the holes that we have in here, so we'll be able to connect our lights. And now Aaron's taping a line across so he knows where to drill in our ceiling to the framing we have up there.
We got the second panel hanging up here, but there's a gap, especially at the high part of the ceiling. So I think it has to do with the various curves. So not only are we getting the curve here, which should be fine, but the van curves kind of like this too, which means that our straight edges create a little gap in the center. So I got some handy dandy calipers. We're gonna try to fix this slowly, but So our gap is about 0.1420 inches. So my plan is to basically take off that length here that tapers all the way back, and eventually not cutting any wood from the center, and then same thing on the other side. So that should allow these boards to butt up right next to each other. We're gonna see how that goes.
Let's do it.
What was your idea?
Just screw it in and we'll hide the crack and do like an accent beam across. Yeah, anything that's not perfect, just hide it.
We gotta take off 3.7. And so that'll taper to 0.
Yeah.
Right here.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Alright, so what are we doing?
We're gonna clean up and go to bed.
Go to bed! Alright, we are test fitting again. I got to use the belt sander, so that was pretty sick. I never used one of those before. Well, not a handheld one, so that was fun. But our gap's looking way better now. It's kind of hard to see because there's a shadow here, but the gap itself is down to probably like a 0.5 millimeter, down from 3.67 according to my measurements. So there is a little lip here that's due to the riv nuts that I need to countersink just a little bit more. So we'll do that, and then we're looking pretty good now, right?
Yep. Alright, wrapping up this weekend and a mission accomplished. We got the ceiling up.
Yeah, look how happy Bailey is. She's like, oh my gosh, thanks for the ceiling, guys.
So happy. Love the ceiling.
Yeah, so the ceiling's up. We got our 3 panels in, the max air fan, and our lights are cut out. So, made good progress.
Yep.
It's really starting to feel like a room now.
Yep.
More than just a framed sheep wool thing.
Yeah, it's
So.
exciting to see some solid plywood up there.
Yeah.
And next, we'll try to get some walls up, but that's going to be a future weekend thing. We have some busy weekends coming up, so we'll see how much we get done.
Mm-hmm. We'll put Bailey on the job.
Yeah.
But anyways, thanks for watching. If you liked it.
No, it's not the end of the video.
Oh, it's not?
Alright, back in the van this weekend, and what are we doing today?
We are going to try to get our walls up. And there's a lot to go.
We got a lot of walls to cover.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it.
Time to crunch.
Time to crit.
Let's do it. Alright, little bit of a status update. We got this panel in. Of course, our largest gap is where we're actually going to have exposed walls. So we're planning on throwing some sort of trim just to cover this kind of joint right here. We did fit this panel here. So here's the piece that would go right here. It would tuck up against the ceiling, kind of go down. There's a slight cutout for this little hinge box thing. But as we were test fitting it, we kind of had a last minute decision to make use of some of this open space here. So we are going to go back to our original plan of adding a bump out. So I've been starting to work on that. I've honestly just found a piece of 1/4 inch plywood that kind of fits the area that kind of seems alright. So we'll see if it's wife approved or not. But I'm building a box around that, just obviously off of a piece of scrap wood. So we're going to get that bump out. I'll take you outside to show you what I've been working on. Alright, so the Galley bump out is right here. This is the piece that I kind of found as a scrap piece. It's nice and square. I forget where it comes from, but it seems to be a good space to fill that gap. So I've cut all of my little framing bits for it. So these are, I think these ended up being like around 11 inches. They fit there, and then we'll have these kind of longer pieces going like this. So obviously when they're actually installed, they'll be flipped around, so it'll be more like this, all the way around. And I think these came out to 14 inches, so I don't know. I don't know where the scrap piece came from, but we're making it work. Hopefully Liana likes it, so I don't have to build this again. But not too difficult. Looking good so far. All right, another day. Supposed to rain today, but it hasn't yet, so we're happy with that. Of course, it only tries to rain on the weekends, but we'll go and look at something fun. We got team sanding going on. We have hired some new staff. They're working on this.
I'm a new trainee.
Cheap labor.
Cheap labor.
I'm supervising.
Yeah.
Trying to do
You
this
and Bailey.
in thousands,
Yeah.
right?
You're co-supervising with Bailey.
Do you have any tips for my mom on how long to spend on a section? I kind of just wing it. So I don't
Just
know.
until it feels smooth.
That's what I said.
I've done it 200 times.
You can
Oh,
pause
okay.
the bar.
Yeah, I mean, you
I'd
could
say
count
do it
if you
till it feels
want.
good, and then
No,
do
I'm
it
trying
200
to.
more
I'm
times.
trying to
She's
do
like-
it methodically
She needs to know.
because I want to.
It's a lot of counting.
No. So I'm concentrating.
Yeah. Yeah, just until it feels smooth. It all gets painted over anyways.
Okay.
You're also going to go through 60, 80, 120, 180, and 220. So
Oh, so
What color are
those.
you going to paint it?
Okay.
White. Well, glacier white.
Glacier.
I thought it was marble.
I thought it was glacier white.
Go look at it.
Yeah, it's inside.
Let's settle this debate. I think it's marble white. If you think it's glacier white, let's see.
Oh, compressor's running. It's a little loud. Oh, it is marble white. Shoot. Glacier white.
No way. Are we serious?
See? Glacier white.
Oh my god.
So glacier white means pretty.
No, look at it.
White,
It's marble.
I had a feeling.
I was like, there's no chance. I was like, there's no
Look at it, it
chance
says
it's
glacier.
Marble.
OC
You need to learn
34.
how to read it.
Glacier white.
See, I knew it. Marble.
Glacier
Wrong.
would be very white. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Almost
wrong.
blue.
Hi, Bubba. Hi, Bailey.
Oh, hey. What are you guys doing in there? Are you guys hiding in our galley bump out? So, we did make some good progress on here. So, my original design, Liana did not approve. It was a little too large, but that's okay. So, I did modify it. It ends up being about 13 inches tall by about 8 inches wide. So we're going to be able to fit so much soap in there. It'll be great. But the bump out's installed. I did start working on this paneling here for our walls. So I did cut this cutout here for that bump out. I'm really happy with how it came out. It is about a 1/4 inch smaller. So there is like a 1/4 inch lip in here. But what that's going to do is it's going to allow us to go back through with a flush trim router bit and just get everything nice and square. So that looks pretty good. Again, we'll go in with a router. There's going to be way less sawdust than if I were just to have tried to just go in directly and cut a hole and then start going around the edges. But that's looking good. Then I'm not sure what our next steps are, but we have to get some sort of outlet going around here. I think we actually decided to do one horizontally underneath it. And then I'll need to trim off the bottom piece. Well, maybe I don't need to. Maybe I do. I'll need to trim off the bottom piece just so that it ends kind of level with here, because we do have our bench seat that'll come right there. And then I'll be able just to finish off the last little foot or so, or 2 feet, with some more of the panels. So Okay, we had a pretty productive day so far. Ding speed, I know, she agrees. But yeah, we're about to get this panel up. We had to do a bunch of rewiring, specifically because we didn't pre-wire in all of our switch stuff yet. So we got holes cut out for all the wires to pop through, and this is kind of a cluster of wires just because this is where our control panel is. So yeah, pretty much there's almost 2 of everything. One goes from the battery to the switch, and then from the switch to your device or the loads. But we're gonna get this panel up. So stay tuned. Oi, Bobbies! You're like, you love this wall so much.
Whiny
She's
today.
like, thanks, Dad, for building my house. She's like, I just want to love you. The wall looks so cool. Cool.
What you working on?
Cutting more wall panels.
Nice.
But this should be the last piece, but it's kind of the odd foam blob one that we have to work around.
Save the hardest for last.
Yeah, and the B-pillar is just not perfectly straight up and down, so there's curves on that too.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
So my next job is to fill some of the gaps that we have in between our plywood on our ceiling and our walls. So we did a little test to see what we think will work better. We got 2 different materials. Alright, so we got this Dynaflex, and then we also have this Elasto patch. And we had 2 pieces of test materials to kind of see which one we think may work better. And after leaving them for a few hours, it seems like the Dynaflex is doing a better job of holding up, whereas we're getting a bit more cracking with the Elasto patch. We may not have left it long enough, but we're feeling a little bit more confident with the Dynaflex right now, so we're going to use that on the ceiling.
We've never used this compound before, but we're gonna see how it goes. Nothing a little extra paint can't solve. Alright folks, so again we used this Dynaflex 230 elastomeric sealant to fill some of the little cracks that we had in our ceiling, or not ceiling, just gaps. So we did end up with probably a 1 millimeter gap between the panels, as well as a 1 millimeter gap, kind of unevenness in terms of flatness. So that sealant at this point I've applied probably around 3 coats just to try to make it perfectly smooth, and it's coming out pretty good. It is paintable. It says you're not supposed to sand it, or it's not sandable at least. However, I have been going at it with some 80 grit paper or sandpaper, and it has made it noticeably smoother. So while it's not going to sand like your typical putty, it does sand. So a lot of these kind of higher points, specifically any of the peaks or the sharper edges, definitely come out. And I'm just going to keep doing that with this 80 grit. So it's nice and smooth. Aside from that, I did get these boxes routed out, or the bump outs. So this is our Galley one. Filled it in with some wood filler, just some of the uneven areas. And then anywhere where I've put brad nails, I did put the wood filler over those too. So we pretty much use brad nails on every location that's visible, and if it's something that's going to be covered, like over here with our overhead cabinets, we did just end up using these screws. They're all nicely seated, nice spacing, and like over here, for example, we used the brad nails. Kind of went a little crazy with them just to make sure that everything was nice and secure. And yeah, I did sand it. The bump outs, at least this one for our shower, is also nice and level here too with the wood filler. And then just as a result of our router usage, we did end up with these curved corners, but Liana actually kind of likes the look of them, so I think we're just going to leave it as is. Hopefully it doesn't cause any issues further along with the build, just dealing with more curves and stuff. So we're looking good. I'm going to keep going with the sandpaper, get these nice and smooth.
Hello!
Hello!
It is the weekend and we have some work to get done here. And by work, we mean Bailey has some kissing to get done.
Yeah.
And while Bailey's kissing, we are going to be working on the ceilings a bit. We're gonna paint or prime and paint the ceilings, and then we're gonna get our vinyl flooring on. And it was like a mission to get our sheet vinyl. We went to a couple different, actually we went to 3 different stores to get it. So finally have it, done shopping, and we're ready to put some work in.
Yeah. Got lots to do. It's a nice and warm day. Got Bailey giving us a bath already, so we'll get right into it.
Let's do it. Alright, we got this 11-piece set on Amazon because we were looking at all these things individually at different stores and it's kind of expensive, so this is actually a good deal. So hopefully
Apparently it's $30 of value.
$30 a buy.
Yeah.
That's what we qualify as a good deal. But yeah, we'll see if the quality is actually good. But yeah, nice little set to get started.
Woohoo! Snooze, snooze.
So pensive. So pensive. Hi, baby bums. What are you staring at? Hi, Bubba. Oh, hi. Okay. Go back to thinking.
Good night, sweet girl.
Good night. Good night. I'm just gonna paint the blob.
What was that?
I'm just gonna paint the blob. My neck already hurts.
It looks like you're about 1% done with the ceiling.
If that.
So yeah, what's your strategy here?
Get the edges over with and then have fun with the rest.
Yeah. So you're doing the little sponge brush around the
Yeah.
edges.
Except I already am getting paint all over the, I guess it's primer all over here. Semi clean it up, but we're gonna cover that part anyway, you said, so.
Now we are. If we weren't before, we are for sure. Only 99% to go.
Hi, Bailey.
It's a hot Bailey summer. So Liana finished the ceiling. It looks pretty good.
It looks great.
It looks very good. So yeah, you could see the transition that we kind of had with that putty stuff, that elastomeric putty. But yeah, I think by the time we put another coat on there of our final paint, or yeah, not another coat, but our final paint, it'll be pretty good. It'll look invisible.
Yep.
So she's working on the walls now. She's kind of ignoring this area for now because this is where our shower is gonna go, and so we're gonna be applying red guard to this area. And from what I've seen, you're not supposed to apply it over primer, so that'll be blank for now. Got the walls going. I did touch up some more of these little panel gaps and whatnot. Hi, Bubbies. What be going? Oh, she's like feeding me dinner. She's like, I'm so hungry. I just want some food. Kiss the people at home. Oh, good girl. Well, well, well. Look who's actually working after work.
I know, it's like a very rare occurrence.
I know.
But we have painting, so I can do it.
Yeah, last time you worked after work was what, framing?
Maybe. It's been months. Probably it was like February. And for reference, it's almost May, by the way.
Oh boy. Look at the boy. She's such a good girl. For tonight's dinner, kibble with a little bit of gravy, aka water. Hey, Bubbies. There you go. Liana, look. It's Bailey's first meal in the van.
Oh no, I don't think she likes it. Alright, made some progress after work today. So, got this wall painted. We already have the ceiling painted, so tomorrow will be this last wall. And actually, sorry, I say painted, primed. Then I gotta paint everything with our final
painted
color.
primer.
Yeah, I painted primer on. And Bailey's crying back there.
She's like, I want to be part of the action.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna wrap up for today and get more done tomorrow. Woo-woo.
Nice and primed. So now, Liana's stirring our glacier white paint.
And it looks like icing, like glaze, but it's actually marble white.
Gotta make sure we mix it up nice and good because there was some separation going on. But yeah, it's gonna look pretty good.
So clearly I'm new to this whole DIY thing. Never had to mix paint before. But we found out some nifty tips. So we got more of these rollers so we don't have to always wash and rewash and get all the paint off our previous ones. So that's nice. Came in like a 10-pack. But what I'm really excited about are these tray liners because I was having to rinse this out every single day and now I can just use the liners.
Yeah, you don't like getting your hands dirty.
No.
Princess.
Exactly. So liners and extra rollers. Great.
Nice.
Nice. Alright, we're painting.
We are painting.
With our actual paint color now. So if you can see the difference between the ceiling and this wall. This one's just primer. That one's our actual paint.
Glacier white. Oh.
Marble white. Marble.
So yeah, it's going way faster because Liana's helping me.
No, I was painting. It's faster because you're helping me.
I don't know about that.
Roll
So.
the tapes, babe.
So.
Roll the tapes.
So we only have this wall left. We got the passenger side going. It's all done. Just this little dude.
Yeah, but we gotta do a second layer after.
Yeah, actually on camera you could tell way bigger
Yeah, you
difference.
can see the difference. And here it's very hard, like
Yeah.
blind.
So we'll catch up with you in a little bit.
Ow. Alright, we're closing up for the day. We got one layer of paint on, and tomorrow we'll get our second, maybe a final layer of paint on. So almost there. Thank you, Bailey. Thank you, Bailey.
Bailey did it all.
Thank you,
Oh,
Bailey.
look at that.
Thank you.
It's exhausting.
What you working on there?
So we're getting lights in. It's pretty exciting. So all I had was wire nuts. So that's what we're gonna do. But we're taping them, and luckily LED lights are pretty benign. So there's not really a risk behind them shorting out or something. But yeah, wire nuts and tape. That's what we're doing. Just getting our lights installed. Very exciting stuff.
I know, it looks so good. So exciting. Oh.
Ooh, no, moss. Well, don't scratch the paint. Ta-da!
Nice. Okay,
Ready?
ready, go. Whoa, look at that. Bailey, you missed it. Turn around.
Bailey, look at...
Whoa, not in the face. Oh, Bailey, oh, Bailey, oh, Bailey, oh, Bailey, oh, Bailey, oh, Bailey, oh, Bailey. But look at that, our lights are working. Nice.
Look at that.
That looks great.
Well, that's a good sign.
Now that our ceiling is painted, we're finally coming back to our Max Air fan trim.
Yeah, so what I'm doing right now is just marking how tall it is, how deep it is. So basically this distance is what goes inside of the little well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll need to cut that much, or you know, I'll take this measurement, go down here, and then cut this whatever sliver.
Okay.
Capiche? Alright, it is time to put our trim ring on. It's been a long time coming. So this is a nice checkpoint for us. Well. Woo! I'm not tired, you're tired.
Nice. 3 more to go.
I'm getting a pump for this. My forearm's freaking jacked.
You got it.
Should have drilled
I
a hole.
know. Would have made your life easier. Cool.
Voila!
Looks pretty good.
Tired.
That's our fan. Good job, dude.
Hello. So it's time to get our floor in. So as we mentioned earlier, we got sheet vinyl. We got 8 feet of it by 12 feet. So one of the challenges that we ran into with the sheet vinyl is that it's 12 feet long, which would have been perfect. However, the grain of it goes down.
It's the opposite of what we want.
So yeah, it's perpendicular to the 12 feet. So we did buy 8 feet, which means we'll have to make some cuts, but the grains going down this way should go to 8 feet, which is right around where our bench is. So we're gonna start getting that installed. We'll first get it cut roughly, and then we'll drop it in here and try to trim it in all of these little nooks and crannies. So
Yep.
it's be fun.
It.
It's gonna look so nice.
Can't wait.
Bailey's gonna be making such a mess. Ah, all right. Da-da-da-da. You're like, why you always gotta throw stuff? White oak,
Whoa,
baby, look at that.
That's gonna look so
Ooh,
nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, and with our paint. Does
Doesn't,
it smell like
doesn't smell like.
That's
white
gonna
oak.
look so nice with our paint. I can't wait.
Oh my, I picked the best stuff. Oh my god.
Okay.
Glacier white and white
Stop
oak.
it. Oh my god. Marble white.
That's what they want you to think.
Okay. This is 12 feet by 8 feet, and we tried to just fold it in half the best we could because we basically need it to be 6 feet across this way, and we need 2 pieces of that. So we're gonna try to cut this in half. Almost there.
Should I build up suspense?
No.
Man, these darn things.
Alright, we are losing sunlight quickly. Everything always takes longer than we think. But we started to get our sheet vinyl in, and it looks pretty good. This is where our 8-foot piece ends, and we have to have another little small piece at the end there. But we're still planning on having some sort of like step up where we can kind of fit a drawer. So that actually won't be visible, but we just decided to cover our entire floor anyway. So we actually just got the template cut right now, so we actually need to do the adhesive and glue it down, but we'll see how far we get. Oh, Bailey. Too many kisses. Too many kisses. Bailey likes the new floor. Huh, Bailey? Is that a nice floor? You like the floor? Oh, Bailey. Oh, Bailey, not the ankles.
Alright, it is time. We got this little dinker laid up.
I don't know what anything is. We asked for some advice at Home Depot. They said to get this. Universal Resilient Flooring and Vinyl Backed Carpet Tile Adhesive. So we got it. And we got a vinyl adhesive trowel.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna be doing some spreading action. We saw a really cool video of someone doing like a full room and it just looks really cool. We're not gonna look like that.
Yeah, they're definitely professionals and we are definitely not.
Yeah, I've never seen this before in my life. So.
But yeah, the trowels have different teeth on it. So you can see there's some square sides here and then on this side there's round. And that's different based on the type of flooring that you're adhering your vinyl to.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even notice that until right now when you called it out. So what am I supposed to use?
So we're going to be using probably the round one, I think.
Okay, so I'll hold it.
So yeah, it's like porous versus non-porous flooring. You could either use this thing or you could use just a roller.
Alright, so we have that. What am I gonna use this?
So that one, if we need a little finesse, we could just use that, like, I don't know, maybe around the edges and stuff.
Okay. Different edge than this one.
That's alright.
And then we're gonna use this after we put the sheet vinyl back down, and we'll roll it out with this to get rid of any like bubbles.
Get rid of bubbles and make sure everything's nice and
Smooth,
contacted.
flat,
Yeah.
contact.
So luckily we just had this in the house, I guess. We didn't want to. Yeah, whatever. We didn't buy that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but we're gonna use it. Alright, let's see how this goes. Let's do it.
Good enough special.
Good enough.
What about you, Bailey?
She doesn't care. She's like, just get it over with. Let's go inside. Let's wrap this up. Want some dip?
Just a dollop. Looking good.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Alright, so we have the floor on. It was a little harder than expected, per
Yeah.
usual, with every project that we do. The adhesive thing was just a complete mess and very hard to spread evenly.
Yeah, and it gets all over your hands, and your hands are glued shut, and then you feel like you're rushed too, just because, like, by the time you're applying it to one area, the other area is already starting to dry.
Yeah, it kind of made a mess. And then we used the roller after, but we still have some wrinkles and air bubbles, but I think they'll mostly be hidden underneath our bench or our cabinets and other things. So for the most part, our hallway area looks pretty good.
Yeah, it turned out really good.
Yeah.
Especially for our first time. But yeah, I will say, definitely keep like a wet rag on hand, because you can wipe up the adhesive and it still dissolves and cleans off nicely, so.
Yeah, so overall pretty happy with it. And I think we'll wrap our video here. So 2 months later, we are done with our ceiling, walls, and our floor. So thanks for coming along with us. And if you liked this video or is helpful, give us a like, comment if you have any suggestions or anything you want to add for Bailey.
Subscribe just for Bailey.
Yeah, subscribe for Bailey.
Look how cute she is. She's like, give me a subscribe. Every subscribe I get a treat.
Yeah. Anyway,
We'll do
thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, toodaloo.